Hey everyone, today I'm doing a quick tutorial on how to make a henna cone, and I am filming this video outside, so you're going to hear a little bit of background noise, maybe some birds, my neighbors, the cats, something. But I thought it would be fun to film a tutorial outside because we're having really, really beautiful weather in Portland, Oregon right now, and I want to be outside. So anyway, let's get started. You're going to need some fresh henna paste. If you watch my quick and easy henna paste recipe video, this is the henna from that video. Oh my goodness. That's like the perfect consistency. This is exactly what you want. I'm really excited about this batch. And it's really nice and stringy too. And you're going to need a henna cone. And I just recorded a video and uploaded a video on how to make a henna cone. Or roll a henna cone. So you're going to need one of those. Some clear tape, and you're going to need a carrot bag, but I don't have any carrot bags for some odd reason right now, so I'm going to use like a plastic Ziploc bag, and sometimes Ziploc bags can be a little bit tricky to use, so I alter it a little bit, and what I do is I take the two ends and I fold them up so there's a little point on the end of the bag, and then I tape the two ends together, and that makes filling your cones a little bit easier. And I actually just washed this bag out, which is why it's wet, but whatever. So let's go ahead and take care of that before we get started. We're just going to change the shape of the end of the bag so it's easier, it fits easier into the henna cone, because you can use like a sandwich bag and just cut the end off, but it doesn't fit down into the cone, I found. And so it creates a little bit of a mess, and we want to avoid that. So we're changing the shape of the end of this bag. So that's basically how I have altered it. Nifty trick. You want to keep a note of that just in case you run out of carrot bags. I usually order my carrot bags online in large, maybe 50 to 100 at a time, but I seem to have run out, so this will have to do. And I'm just going to go ahead and put that henna in with a spoon. Nothing too complicated. I don't think I'm going to put all the henna in here. Just a little bit. With a normal everyday spoon. Nothing special. I get a lot of questions. You'd be surprised what sometimes that I have to mention, because some people ask questions like, what kind of spoon are you using? Or what kind of bag of that? Or where did you get that bag? And it's like, it's nothing special. It's stuff that you can probably find in your kitchen. So anyway, I did about 2 heaping spoonfuls of henna into this bag, and I'm going to push it down to the edge. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys that you're probably going to need some scissors. Just plain old everyday scissors. I'm going to cut the tip of this bag because there's some air in the bottom and the henna won't go down, so I mean that's just it, and that's water coming out. Anyway, we've got the pre-rolled henna cone. I'm just going to slip this down in here, and this is the tip of the Ziploc bag, and I'm going to squeeze the henna in. And I usually fill it to about halfway or 3/4. You don't want to fill the henna cone all the way to the top, because then it will spill out on the next step. And then what I'm going to do is just press that henna down until it goes to the tip of the cone. And I roll my cone so tightly that the tip is almost to the point where it's sealed, so that henna is actually not going to come out. It's going to stay in there because I roll my cone so tight. And that's basically what it looks like at this point. And also it's personal preference about how long you like your cones and how wide you like your cones. I like my cones short. It's just my personal preference. So you've got this extra whatnot on the top, and what you do is you fold it over itself. So I took one corner, folded it down, and you take the other corner and you fold that down too. So it's kind of like a little envelope fold, and then you have a point at the top here. And what we're going to do with this point at the top, just fold it over. So it looks like that. And then we're going to roll the very top down. So it's a little bit tighter. So it looks like that. I'm going to do that one more time for those of you who may need that. So we folded 2 sides down, so now we have a point there. I'm going to fold that point down so it looks like that. Then we're going to roll this part, this edge here, 2 or 3 times, or however many times you need for that cone, to the point where you can't roll it anymore, I guess I should say. Depending on the length of the cone, you may only need to roll it once or twice, 4 or 5 times. So just roll it until you can't roll it anymore and it's tight. And again, because you can see just a little bit, minute amount of henna leaking out of there, but I roll my cones pretty tight, so a whole lot of henna isn't really going to escape. Okay. Then you take a piece of tape, just a piece of tape, enough to put here. This is the back side of the cone. This is there aren't any folds here. And then go over the top. Trying to keep my fingers out of the way there. And tape it down. So you've basically secured it. This is all of our folds from the top of the cone are under this roll here. So we're just basically taping it a little bit from the back and then over the top. I mean, that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. This is the size that I prefer my henna cones to be. And then when you're ready to use it, if you roll your tips really tight like I do and there's not a lot of henna coming out, you just cut that tip with a little pair of scissors. Like this. And then you just start, you know, doing a little design or whatever, you know. Do a little doodle, whatever. You know, it's really easy. The henna comes out very easily. Henna cones are pretty easy to make. Sometimes you just need some practice. Anyway, if you have any questions, please feel free to put a comment below or send me a message in my inbox here on YouTube. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram, FreeHandMehndi, and my blog, FreeHandMehndi.blogspot.com. And thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned. Subscribe for more tutorials. I'll be posting them throughout the week. Thank you and have a good day.